I'm sorry, guys. I didn't realize it was 5 minutes past 10. I wasn't paying attention. I'm sorry. I'm a little bit sorry. Hope you're all good, man. Let me get this set up. Hope you're all doing good. Uh, I'm sorry about that. Really, really am. I'm just gonna set this up. But how are you guys doing? Good on this beautiful night? Hope good. I hope good. I really do hope you're all doing good. I'm sorry about this, guys. I'm sorry that I'm late. I got a little caught up. I admit it. I got caught up. Yeah, we're doing John Campea tonight. Yeah, John Campea. I don't know what he says here. Okay, I'll be honest. I don't know what he says, but tonight we're doing John Campea. All right, I'm gonna go solo tonight. Um, two videos. I can easily do three, but I'm doing two videos tonight. Two videos tonight. DC, both DC related. DC related. Now I have not done a video, my own video, but we're doing stuff with DC related. All right. And once again, starting a week from now, probably on this time, we're gonna do the Agatha after show next week. Starting next week, next Wednesday. We're a week away, and then tomorrow, a week from tomorrow, we'll probably do the Pig one, the Pig one after show. Probably same thing. Uh, but yeah, make sure to like, subscribe, comment below. I'll figure out for stuff for tomorrow. Friday, maybe a little bit later than usual. But once again, being blinded, we are planning. We are planning a Marvel tier list and MCU tier list to be exact. Everything related to Marvel. Everything related to Marvel, whether it MCU, but everything related to the MCU. So, like the movies and TV shows. So that's what we're going to do on the weekend. It's the best time for me. It's the best time for me to do the list because it might be a longer stream usual. Might be some disagreements and agreements, and we'll get to an agreement. I mean, we'll debate. We'll obviously debate on on what tier a specific Marvel movie or TV show should go on, streaming show should go, and what tier list, what tier section. But yeah, you know what? All right, I'll invite him on if he wants. All right. Now I gotta change the channel up for something. It's a beautiful Wednesday night. Haha. Hi, folks. All right. All right. So, can we get on with this? The John Campea stuff? Want to get on with John Campea now? All right. Let's get on with the John Campea stuff. All right. First up. Oh,
Paid for that extra room.
He was Cable.
Okay,
It was
you remember, guys. If you don't remember, but if you, I hope you do remember. Remember, remember last week, Josh Brolin was offered the role of Hal Jordan for the Lanterns TV show. So a week later, now, oh, who's in the chat? Hey, I don't know why. I don't know why. You have to ask more of a Green Lantern expert. But okay, so a week later to yesterday, a report came out that Josh Brolin has passed on the role of Hal Jordan. So apparently it was offered, but he said nope, thank you, turned it down. Okay, turned down the role. He does look like a Cam Cast. I agree, man. He does really look like a Cam Cast. So he passed on the role. Okay, that's actually pretty funny. Um, all right, so that's where we are. Now, I did not make a video on that. I don't know why. Usually, I would make a video on that, saying, yeah, John Campea has passed on Green Lantern. But I don't know why I did not make a video on that. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment below. Okay. And you know what? And we're gonna start in a minute. Grace Randolph thinks it's gonna be Chris Pine. Pine. All right. Yeah, she thinks it's gonna be Chris Pine. Pine. I almost said Prine. Oh my god. All right, so we get on with it, guys. Let's get on with it.
last week. A report came out that Josh Brolin had been offered the role of Green Lantern in the upcoming HBO series. Now, there was no official confirmation of that, but apparently, that report that we all found out about from Jeff Schneider, who
Um, is that true? Was there no offer? Actual confirmation? I'm not sure if that's true. It could be true. I'm not 100% sure on that.
himself got it from Nexus Point News, it was real. It was true. He really was offered it.
Okay, it was true. So Campea did say it's true. Okay. Thank you, Campea.
It was indeed a fact. But according to the Hollywood Reporter, Josh Brolin has turned down the role of Green Lantern. This comes us from the Hollywood.
If Hollywood Reporter does report it, then it's most likely true. This would be all right.
Reporter who say the following: Josh Brolin will not be wearing the ring after all. The actor has passed on an offer to star in Lanterns, the DC Studios series based on the Green Lantern superhero character, sources tell the Hollywood Reporter. Brolin was eyed to play Hal Jordan, the cocky Green Lantern hero previously played by Ryan Reynolds in the ill-fated 2011 that was 13 years ago. Ill-fated 2011 Green Lantern movie. According to multiple sources, the actor received it on offer at the end of August. By the end of this past weekend, his mind was made up.
Now, as James Gunn confirmed on this, though, James Gunn usually gets on. Usually is on this kind of stuff. Usually he says if something is true or not true. He usually is very good when things like this gets out in the public. Like it's usually on point. Like usually. And I don't think I shared this. Usually he's on point with the stuff, James Gunn, but I haven't seen him actually say it's not true, or if it's true, confirmed or unconfirmed, deny.
No other details
This is
were
a 10-minute
available.
video.
All
Oh,
right.
shorter now.
So now we know that that story was indeed true. He was, in fact, offered that role, which I think is interesting. And it tells us a couple of things that, because we said when we heard the rumor that Josh Brolin was offered the role, we thought, well, I think that tells us that they're looking at an experienced, older, war-weary, been through the battles, maybe a little more.
Yeah, yeah. That's what. Yeah, with Josh Brolin. Yeah, with Josh Brolin's Green Lantern, it's gonna be a very different Hal Jordan.
Grizzled
Yeah.
Hal Jordan
Yeah.
than the one we traditionally get, and that the other Green Lanterns, whether you're talking about John Stewart or Kyle Rayner or Guy
John Stewart.
Gardner or whatever, might be a little bit younger, although we know Guy Gardner is being played by a 50-plus-year-old actor, so not so much younger there. But
yeah, Guy Gardner's not going to be young. Guy Gardner's not going to be young in this universe because it's Nathan Fillion. Nathan Fillion is no spring chicken, man. Nathan Fillion is his mid-50s, I believe. Or he could be close to 60. Let me check Nathan Fillion real briefly, guys. Yeah, he's 53 years old. Yeah, Guy Gardner's not going to be young. He's only 3 years younger than Josh Brolin, by the way.
Turned it down. And you know what? Finding out now that the story was actually true, I'm not surprised he turned it down. I mean, if you're Josh Brolin...
Why are you not surprised?
Hopefully you're looking at doing another Goonies movie pretty soon. But besides that, you've already played, what, 3 or 4 comic book characters?
Yeah.
He was Thanos.
Cable.
He was Cable. He was what's the cowboy one? He did it.
Jonah Hex.
Jonah Hex.
Jonah Hex.
Yeah, nobody likes to remember Jonah Hex. He was
okay.
Jonah Hex.
Okay, he did play 3 comic book characters. Okay. That movie was horrible. Jonah Hex with Megan Fox, John Malkovich, I think, was in it. That movie is shit. That was bad. Hello, Anthony. Thanos? Yeah, he played Thanos, but he only voiced Thanos, basically. He only voiced Thanos. I don't know if he did the mocap, but he really just basically voiced Thanos. All right? Thanos was not very, he was in some films before he got to Avengers Infinity War and Endgame where they used him a lot more, but he wasn't really active as Thanos that much until really basically a lot of it in Infinity War and some of it in Endgame, but in the other films he was leading up to that, he was just for 5-10 minutes maybe. Cable on the other hand, much more active role in Deadpool 2, but Cable was a supporting character, side character. He passed on the role, but him as Hal Jordan would be a leading role. And the only leading role he had as a comic book character was Jonah Hex, and that was shit. Jonah Hex was shit. Jonah Hex was terrible. It was shit. It was shit. But this would be him as a leading. This would be him as a leading role. A leading role. This would be him as a leader of in the as a leader. Okay, a leading role. Different, all different from his other characters that he portrayed as comic book characters: Jonah Hex, Thanos, and Cable. Right? Maybe he's hoping, if not Thanos was coming back, maybe he's hoping for, I don't know, Cable come back in the MCU in some form or fashion. Maybe that's what he believes. Maybe like maybe like always he's been proven that the actors in MCU, that like Captain America and Johnny Storm, Chris Evans are playing different versions, or we're playing different characters. I mean, we just got his version of Johnny Storm in Deadpool Wolverine. Maybe he's thinking like that. You know what? If they could do that, maybe they could do the exact same thing with with Cable. I think that might make. I think that's what probably is he might be thinking. I mean, I'm not a mind reader. Excuse me, man. That came out of nowhere. Not a mind reader. Don't know what the guy's thinking. I have no connections, no sources. I don't, but maybe that's what he's thinking. Maybe that's what he's thinking that it's maybe he's thinking that they done this with actors playing two characters in MCU. Chris Evans, obviously they're doing that with Robert Downey Jr. when he becomes Doctor Doom. Maybe he's thinking that's actually a thing. I was Thanos, but you know what? They could bring me back as Cable. I don't know. Okay. You could bring. Maybe I was thinking that they could bring me back as Thanos, as Cable. All right, that's a possibility. Like, right? It's a possibility. Okay. And you could tell Campea. I don't think was gonna be happy with that choice either. Let's see.
And wasn't he another one recently too? I thought there might have been another. Anyway, so there's 3 already that he's already done. Does he actually want to do another one?
Did he play another comic book character? Who did Josh Brolin play? Man in Black? Is that technically is Man in Black comic books? Is Man in Black comic books? Yeah, well, yeah, Men in Black. Men in Black is comic books. Man in Black is comic books. He did so technically he was in another comic book movie. Man in Black. It's not DC and Marvel, but it is Men in Black. Men in Black is comic book. So Josh Brolin did show up in 4 comic book movies. That's true. Man in Black is a comic book. Hey Degrassi, what's up? All right. Okay. Oh yeah, and by the way, they are making a Goonies sequel. Goonies are coming back. Okay, the Goonies are coming back. It's probably gonna be like you could probably try to get the original. It's according to Hollywood Reporter said he passed. Now you know Degrassi. You know Degrassi, right? James Gunn, you know Degrassi very well. James Gunn usually is on this kind of stuff, right? On when something comes out like this, he's usually he doesn't take the time, but he's usually on point, right? To either say no, it's true or not true, right? But his reps haven't said anything. It's just from the Hollywood Reporter. But yeah, but he might be coming back for Goonies 2, man. Goonies 2 will probably try to get most of the cast back. I mean, I forget the obviously Josh Brolin. I mean, to get him back, they'll get obviously Sean Astin back. Um, um, I know the name, but I'm gonna butcher it. The actor plays short round. We know he's back, kind of acting back. He's kind of a little bit more in the spotlight now. Him. Who I don't know the actor that played the fat guy with the ice cream. You know the fat guy, the fat kid. I forget his name. The actor. I don't know if he's acting anymore. Who else? You got the two female leads in it. I don't know if they're acting anymore. Corey Feldman. Oh yeah, Corey Feldman too. Yeah. Yeah. Corey Feldman is not. Corey Feldman is a D-lister now, right? Corey Feldman is like. He's not even a C celebrity. He's not even a B-list celebrity. He's like a D-list celebrity now, Corey Feldman. Yeah, they probably won't get him back. They probably won't get him back. But they'll probably have him. They'll try to get most of the cast back, and they'll probably get like a younger cast too. Maybe they're kids as the new Goonies, and they'll tell right. They'll probably get the kids to be like the new versions of the Goonies. That's probably the premise. That's probably going to be the premise. Jeff Cohen. Oh, Jeff Cohen. Okay, yeah, okay. Okay. I don't know if he'll want to come back and act. He's probably better at maybe he likes that more than acting. Oh, also, I'm pretty sure the villains would be different because I'm pretty sure. But what's the guy's name? Joe Papadino? Is that his name? But Joe Papadino, the police chief from Bad Boys. I mean, yeah, he probably won't come back, but he was in the first first film. Yeah, so like you know what the premise is. They're gonna just basically the kids are gonna be the new Goonies, right? They're gonna find the kids are gonna be the new Goonies. That's it. That's it. You know that's gonna happen. Those type of movies, yeah. Okay. You think Josh Brolin would come back for the Goonies though? Because I don't want Josh Brolin to play like a typical Josh Brolin character where he's always gruffed or like tough demeanor. I mean, obviously Sean Astin. No. Oh,
or does he want to do other things? And so I kind of get it. I get it. He's been there. He's done.
But I know he passed on. It says he's passed on the role. But Hal Jordan would be really his real big first comic book lead. Oh, really? Sloth? Who's Sloth from Goonies? Let me see. Oh yeah, okay. Oh yeah, the actor is dead. So, like Hal Jordan would be really his lead comic book character. I mean, Thanos technically, but Thanos is not a lead character. I guess Infinity War, you could say Thanos was the leading character, but Hal Jordan is basically would be his biggest comic book lead in character. And maybe it's that he's 56 years old and he doesn't want to take on this role as Hal Jordan and be tied down to DC at 56 years old. Maybe if he was younger, maybe 10 years younger, maybe in his 40s, maybe be up to it. Maybe he's realized at 56 years old, I can't do these franchise. I can't tie myself up to a franchise like this for I don't know how many years at 56 years old. But if he's younger, maybe. Oh my God, the Hunter Biden movie. Oh my. So they're the Fratelli brothers. So they're basically are they canceled? So they were canceled, right? Those they got canceled. Yeah, he won't be coming back. That's damn sure. That's damn sure. He won't be coming back. And I don't mean canceled. I mean canceled by the mainstream Hollywood. I don't mean by I mean by mainstream Hollywood, right? Um, man, that's how far you have to. All right, that's how far you have to follow direct Gina Carano. Man, you should see the latest stuff with Gina Carano. She does not look. She does not look good. She does not look good.
On that, it's time to move on. But here's where it gets interesting to me. Who then, now knowing that we want a slightly older Hal Jordan, remember, Josh Brolin is not in his 60s or anything like that, so not that much older, but if we had to now look...
Okay. He's 56 years old. He's 56 years old. But Robert Downey Jr. is coming back. And Robert Downey Jr. might be 60. For Marvel. He is coming back. He's 59 years old. But Robert Downey Jr., I don't think he's going to come back to be like five, six, 7 movies. I think he's just going to come back as Doctor Doom and maybe back as Iron Man. It's almost pushing 60, man. And it's when you get to you don't hear much when actors get to 40, 50, 60, it's harder for them to do stunts, even though they have a stunt double, but it's still hard for them to do stuff. And especially when you're in your 50s and 60s, your body is not the same, right? It gets older. Your body is not the same, right? Even Chris Hemsworth says at 40, your body is not the same. I mean, look at wrestling, for example. Yeah, you got wrestlers in their 50 years old. They go to the gym, they eat healthy, but you could tell their body is not the same. It's not the same. It's not the same. It doesn't heal. Sometimes your body can't do. You can't do what can't do what you could do at a younger age. It's just natural with your body, man. And look, and I know the difference between wrestling and acting. Wrestling, you do the stunts yourself, and if you screw up, you get hurt. It happens. And I know in acting, there's actors who do such John Cruise, but I know in acting they still do stuff where they don't still do stuff where the body will take wear and tear. Their body will still develop wear and tear on them, even though you have stunt doubles or stunt coordinators, whatever, doing the stunts too. Some of them still do the stunts. Your body will still do wear and tear. If you're told to fall down, if you're told on a scene to fall down, say on something like a floor, trust me, you're gonna feel it on your back. Okay, I don't care if you're okay. You're gonna feel it. You're gonna feel it. You're gonna feel it, man. Okay? It's just natural with your body, man. Just when you get older, no matter how good shape you are, your body doesn't heal as fast, and the wear and tear, man. But yeah, Josh Brolin's 56. The thing with Green Lantern, he doesn't necessarily need to get physical, right? Because he doesn't necessarily need to punch with his fist or kick. He uses the ring as a weapon. So technically he does not need to get physical with that. Oh, shut up, Red. Shut up, Red. It's good to see you, Red. It's good to see you, though. Yeah. But yeah, Red, you haven't. Where have you been, Red? You haven't been. You haven't been talking in the chat today, man. You've been busy.
Look, we understand they want a slightly older Hal Jordan, a little more experienced Hal Jordan. If it ain't going to be Josh Brolin, who could it be? I have two people in mind.
Okay. Drum roll, guys. I don't have a drum roll, but the two people in mind, who is it going to be? Is he going to suggest?
One, somebody in the live chat also just put in there. And no, it's not Ray Ora.
Yeah.
Chris Pine.
Yeah.
Because Chris Pine, a lot of Hollywood actors don't let themselves age. He's letting himself age, but he looks great. Chris Pine, who I think is a tremendous actor. He can do drama, he can do thriller, he can do comedy. I mean, he can do a lot. I think Chris Pine would absolutely, if you were going for that more experienced, more.
Chris Pine would be a better Hal Jordan because he said right here he could do comedy, and you could mix the Hal Jordan with some comedy in him, with some gruffiness, with some. That's exactly, yeah. That's what I've been saying, right? If you're gonna sign up for Hal Jordan, this is what's gonna happen. You're gonna be signing up for more than this, just a TV show. That's right, yeah. And I think Chris Pine would be a good Hal Jordan because Chris Pine, he's right. He could play, he could be funny, he could be serious, and he could be the veteran Green Lantern. And I think Hal Jordan, and I think he fits that mold. I really do think he fits that mold. Chris Pine. And I think that's my top casting too, honestly. I think that'd be my top choice. If he's still considered in running. His last movie did flop. The one he directed, The Pool. But people liked him in Dungeons and Dragons, right? Right? People liked him in Dungeons and Dragons. And it will be a different take than his Steve Trevor, right? Instead of him being a love interest, side character, this would be him taking a leading role, Summoner's Ring. And you know what? I know Hal Jordan doesn't technically have a beard. I would leave the beard. Yeah. Hal Jordan, like you can't screw up with Hal Jordan. You can't do a misfire of Hal Jordan. Hal Jordan is very influential to DC and the DCU. You can't, and you can't. Yeah, you want. I mean, every character. Yes, Degrassi. Obviously, every single character has a possibility, but there are some characters that are more prioritized more over the others, right? Like the bigger known characters are going to be I'm butchering their name. It could be the priorities can be establishing the bigger characters more over the smaller characters. The heart and foundation. I think Brad Cooper was never on the list. From what I read from last week, it was Josh Brolin, Ewan McGregor, Timothy Oliphant, Matthew McConaughey, and was that all? And Chris Pine, this one. I don't think I saw Bradley Cooper on the list.
More grizzled kind of Hal Jordan. I think you could do a lot worse than Chris Pine. Caleb is also saying Paul Walter Hauser. No.
Paul Walter.
Par for the course.
Paul Walter Hauser. That's actually funny though. Paul Walter Hauser would be funny though. Yeah, that would be funny though. But he's gonna be Mole Man. I'm convinced he's Mole Man. Oh, he's on the list. I mean, I like Bradley. I like Bradley Cooper, right? I think he's a great actor too. I think he'd be better off as I don't know. I like him to be a Batman character, not Batman himself, but like, oh my god, did I just tease something there? Batman. It's a long list. Yeah, they're going with the big. They're going Degrassi. They're going with. See, you see with Superman, right? David Cornsett. He people. David Cornsett, you really have to know your movie stuff, your entertainment stuff, the new David Cornsett is. But with right, so a lot of people may not know who he is, but with Green Lantern, they're going with the A list, the top tier, right? They're going with Hal Jordan, they're going with top tier, right? They're going with the top tier talent, right? And I expect that for Batman also, because Batman's always been cast by top tier talent, right? Always a top tier talent too. Every Batman live action Batman actor was top tier talent. Keaton, Val Kilmer, George Clooney, Christian Bale, Ben Affleck. Okay, I wouldn't say talent, but well known, and obviously Robert Pattinson was on the verge. It was right. I expect the same thing for Batman too. I expect the same thing for Batman. We're getting the list of candidates because Degrassi. There's been rumors about Booster Gold casting, right? Yeah. Triple A actor, right? Yeah, it's a good point. Like there's been rumors about Booster Gold casting, right? Lantern's casting. A little bit of Plastic Man's casting, but there has been no speculation, no rumors of anything I've seen of Batman casting. But once that happens, we know it's gonna be a triple A actor. A triple A actor, somebody who's gonna be either has an Oscar or nominated for an Oscar for sure. Um, it's that's right. It's gonna happen. And look, if Supergirl was cast by Millie Alcock, Millie Alcock's only been House of Dragon, two or three House of Dragon movies episodes. Millie Alcock got big off House of Dragon just by being two or three episodes. Okay, because House of Dragon was a time jump, right? Was a time jump show, right? But that was enough. James Gunn even admitted that was enough for him. Yep, this is our Supergirl. This is our Supergirl. Those two or three episodes of she's in House of Dragons, James Gunn basically pretty much fell in love with her and said, "Yep, that's enough. That's enough with our that's that's our Supergirl." Okay, Constantine 2? Yeah, because this hasn't been canceled. They said, you're right, because I assume it's on because they didn't, because James Gunn said, nope, we're canceling that. Constantine 2, is that going to still be Keanu Reeves? The Keanu Reeves one? Are they going to implement the DCU? Black Superman still on? Or are these two going to still be Elseworlds? All right, let's go else. Who's going to be the second one?
Ortega.
By the way,
Jen Ortega. Yeah, Jen Ortega.
Paul Walter Hauser. Mm-hmm. Remember, like 3 months ago, we did a story about Paul Walter Hauser was cast to be in that real movie, that biopic about the guy who was on the game show. Yeah, that movie's out now. That movie just debuted at a film festival. He got cast like 3 months ago.
Paul Michael Hauser, such a great actor. I feel like people really. I Hollywood does not underestimate him, but I think fans underestimate him. Okay, because I think fans see Paul Michael Hauser as this Jack Black, Chris Farley, fat guy who's always funny, right? No, if you see his other roles, that's not comedy. He's so damn good. He is so damn good. Okay, I think he's underrated by the fan base. Honestly, Paul Michael Hauser. I know this is really not technically, I guess, a Fantastic Four movie stream because this is a DC stream, but a Marvel stream. But Paul Michael Hauser, I think, is really underrated, underestimated by the people on Twitter on social media because I've seen him in stuff that's not comedy based, and he's so damn good. Where's that one show where he's like a killer, a serial killer in prison? Black something, blacklist, black something. I forget what studio. I forgot what show. I forgot what studio it was. What streaming service showed it, but it was like he was like in prison. Dude is so good. And you gotta watch Richard Jewell. Richard Jewell too, man. Oh, probably. Oh, yeah, of course. I mean, yeah, if it is Huntress, yeah, but she's definitely in it. I mean, remember we did a list, right? We did. I remember I did a stream on the Guardians cast going over to DC. Yeah, I can see her as Huntress. Oh my God, yeah, Bouncy Boy.
Ago, it's now playing in film festivals. Anyway, let's get back to the thing. So my first pick, Chris Pine. The other name I would want to throw out there,
Yeah.
and I really want you to think about this. Academy Award winner, Matthew McConaughey.
Oh, by the way, now Paul Michael Hauser I don't think he's an Academy Award winner, but I'm pretty sure he's a Golden Globe winner, isn't he? Paul Michael Hauser. Paul Walter Hauser, not Michael, but I'm pretty sure he's won. No, he won an Emmy Award, and he won a Golden Globe Award. Blackbird was the show. So like an Emmy and a Golden Globe. That's how good of an actor he is. And he did bring that the what's the Golden or Emmy Award? I won the awards to AEW and he got broken there. I'm pretty sure he got another one. He got another one from the Academy. He said they replaced it or because they wouldn't let him break it unless they have a replacement made for him, a replacement trophy. Well, Walter Hauser is once again is an Emmy and a Golden Globe Award winner, and he's a huge wrestling fan too. Huge wrestling fan, man. Huge wrestling fan.
Now, as much as McConaughey may have become a little bit of a meme in and of himself, the reality is he's an awesome actor. Like when you give him the right role, he is an awesome actor. Obviously, Dallas Buyers Club, for which he won an Academy Award. But I mean, forget the TV show, the movie, Lincoln Lawyer. He's great in that. Yeah, I loved him in Lincoln Lawyer. I really think he's a tremendous performer. And I think
I fell in love with VR Marshall with him as the coach. That movie, my God, that movie made Anthony Mackie's career. But that movie was so damn good, VR Marshall, based on the true story of the Marshall tragedy. You know, the football. If you know about Marshall, the football team, college football team, the tragedy of that, and how it affected the city that we're in, the town. That tragic story of the college football team. That was a great movie too. That was a great movie. I want more. We need more sports movies. I feel like we're lacking with sports movies. We are lacking with sport movies, man. Why? Why can't we have more sports movies? Degrassi, why can't we have sports movies?
He's still got a great physique. He doesn't have the same physique he had 15 years ago, but he's got a great physique. He looks great. He's a terrific actor. He's in that thing.
Hey, Okay. If they make him say all right as Hal Jordan, I'm down for that. All right, all right, all right. All right, all right, all right. But just do that. Just have him say all right as Hal Jordan, and I'm down. I'm down.
Eric in the live chat just gave another really good name.
Ooh.
Liev Schreiber. Liev Schreiber would also be a pretty, if you want to go for,
No.
but Liev comes a little across as having never been jovial and never been lighthearted and never been wisecracking. Liev Schreiber comes across as he's been dead serious ever since he was 4. Like, so that's the one thing I don't know. I would go with Liev Schreiber on that. But
someone even mentioned in the chat Josh Hartnett, which I could see too. Because he's older. I mean, we think of him as young,
but still a little baby-faced. If you want to go for that more
baby face,
yeah. If you want to go for that more war vet kind of
like
look,
in Oppenheimer, they aged him up though. They could age him up.
I mean, aged up, but still baby-faced. You know what I mean? I don't know if I could see that. I mean, tremendous actor. A lot of great roles I could see him playing.
Has he seen Josh Hartnett? He's not babyface anymore, man. The guy's 46 years old. What is he talking about? Josh Hartnett's 46 years old, still babyface. He's like the same age as Chris Pine, or he might be older than Chris Pine. Dude, he's older than Chris Pine. And you said Chris Pine looks older. That's because he's a beard. A beard always makes someone look older. Josh Hartnett, oh my God. Josh Hartnett's a babyface? What is he talking about? Now, there was a time for a few years where Josh Hartnett was a top-tier talent, and then he kind of took a break from big stuff. And then he started making, over the past few years, a bit of a comeback. A comeback. Not a bit of a comeback. A comeback. He's starting to he's not starting. He's in the midst of his comeback. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see him in a big movie one day. I mean, he was in Oppenheimer for a little bit. Yeah, the year is John Hamm, exactly.
But maybe not that one.
Mm-hmm.
I know. Do you have any thoughts, Chris?
I like Chris Pine. I think that's a good one. Someone else in the chat put down Timothy Oliphant.
Oh, yes. 100 yeses
excellent.
to that.
And then I've got kind of a weird pick, but follow me on this journey. Viggo Mortensen.
That's not weird.
If he'd be, I mean,
especially
that dude's class. But if he was willing to,
no, you want to know it's not going to be. I mean, you know why it's not going to be Viggo? I'll tell you right now. Degrassi is going to agree with me. He's going to come back for Hunt for Golem. Viggo Mortensen is going to come back for Hunt for Golem. You're hearing me, folks. 100% Viggo is coming back for Hunt for Golem. He's going to be in coming back for Lord of the Rings. Degrassi, you know that, right? You know it's true, right? You know the Viggo is coming back for Lord of the Rings, right? We know he's coming back, right? Viggo's coming back for Lord of the Rings, for Hunt for Golem. And they're making it 2 films. A lot of these actors are naming too could play good, really, really good villains. I feel like it's weird. It's weird. I feel like you need the top tier talent to play villains more than the hero. Because except Batman, you need a top tier talent because you're really playing 2 characters. But Marvel, if you look at Marvel MCU, most of their villains are like the cream of the crop. Okay? Like Kate Blanchett as Hela, Josh Brolin as Thanos. Okay? Christian Bale as Gore, even though that was whatever. You get the idea. Right? Usually the cream of the crop, right? Hugo Weaving as Red Skull. Jeff Bridges is Oblast Stain. I'm going on this and this and on and on. Jude Law is the villain, whatever. You get my point. I feel like you need a really, really good actor for a villain role. And I think, to be honest with you, especially for Batman villains, I really, really think you need great actors for a Batman villain. Joker, especially. Joker is not an easy character to do. Because you can't just be this fun, lovable Joker who's all about laughs and giggles and smiles. That's not Joker. That's not Joker. That's supposed to be a mockery. True director. Yeah, that's true. That's true, Anthony. That's true.
Do that.
If they also went, and I know you think they won't, but if they went Parallax, Viggo Mortensen. Ah,
Okay, here's my one
Walton
problem.
Goggins.
No, you know what? What's
honestly,
funny?
let Walton Goggins do any role.
I was
Oh,
thinking that too.
Walton Goggins is not a bad pick at all.
Walter Goggins would be anything, though. He'd be in any movie. Walter Goggins is one of those actors he's in everything too, man. And so if he's giving a DC movie, he'll probably be in a DC movie in the future.
When you think of him in Fallout, but he's like still the debonair actor, the flashbacks.
Yep.
Come on.
Oh yeah.
Now, the thing about Viggo is he is 65.
Yes.
Well, Blade is also 65.
But Blade is also 65. But, I mean, hell of an actor.
Blade is not 65. What's it?
I could see it. You like, if you could get a Viggo Mortensen, you say, okay, this Hal's gonna be a little bit older than we initially planned. I still think that's fine. I still think you go with that. So I think there's a lot of, you know what? Brandon in the live chat just gave a good name too. I love this one actually. John Hamm.
Ooh.
Yeah.
John Hamm. I actually do like John Hamm too as that choice. But I can see so many other. I mean, he's younger than Josh Brolin, but John Hamm's not a bad choice either because he could do funny, and he could be sarcastic and wisecrack. So John Hamm's not a bad choice either. It's just that, now, if I did this right, if we have an older Batman, John Hamm would be my Two-Face, though. Would be my Two-Face in the DCU. Okay? Would be my Two-Face. And honestly, I don't think it'd be a bad. Honestly, if he was a little younger, I don't think it'd be a bad Bruce Wayne either. A bad Batman Bruce Wayne either.
Yeah. And he could bring the snark too.
I don't like that one quite as much as Chris Pine, but John Hamm is a
Chinese
nice
cartoon?
pick.
You know who would have been great? And
Who's talking about Chinese cartoons? Where's my buddy Tony? Is he still?
I just had to bring his name up because I love the guy so much. It's Val Kilmer.
I
It
know.
was
Oh, he
still,
would have
Oh,
been
yes.
it would have been
incredible.
that smile, that sort of,
Yeah, but Val Kilmer can't talk. Oh, Katie. Okay. Val Kilmer can't talk though. His cancer.
cockiness. He would have been a great one for that great Hal Jordan at least.
Yeah, he would have been great for that too. So, yeah, a lot of good people in there. Guys, we want to take a second to thank a sponsor of today, our little other arcade.
It seems like you were done with lantern stuff. So we're gonna go to the next video. Next video. Be right back. Talking about the Penguin, which comes out in 8 days. Once again, it comes out in 8 days. 2-episode premiere next Thursday. About an hour long each episode. So there might not be an after show. I don't know. But remember, The third episode to the last episode are going to be on Sundays. The premiere on Thursday, but the next three to the last episode, the three to the finale is going to be on Sundays. Okay, just to let you know. But here we're going to bring up the Penguin. Okay. All right, now we're bringing up the Penguin, your friendly neighborhood Oswald Cobblepot, the Penguin. All right. Okay. Brief little synopsis here. So, for me personally, I don't know if I haven't read anything about a Penguin season 2 in the works, anything like that on internet or what, but Collin Farrell sounds like there's possibly he's heard something about Penguin season 2 happening. Maybe he's heard something from Matt Reeves, and that they might be looking at Penguin season 2. We know the Arkham series is not happening. That's moved to DCU, but that's not happening. We know that's true. We also know they are looking in the Matt Reeves universe. They are looking for other shows to tie into the Batman universe. They are looking, but I mean, if they're doing Penguin season 2 without Colin Farrell, I don't know if it's gonna be as good, man. I mean, I know he's hard recognizable, but he's just played a good. Here's the thing: it's like if you haven't watched the Penguin, and it's like people are like, "Who's that actor, man?" Like, how come I haven't seen other stuff? Like, people be like, "Oh my god, that actor's so good. Who is he?" And people start searching up and be like, "Wait a minute, that's Colin Farrell." That doesn't look anything like Colin Farrell. But
Here for a second, shall we? I think it's next week. Correct me if I'm wrong. Penguin. I think next week
yes,
Whoa, really?
debuts
yeah,
on HBO Max.
Yeah.
I might be off by a little bit. But
September 19th.
Oh
September
my
19th,
gosh,
so
that's so
8
exciting!
days.
I didn't realize in my head. It's always been far off.
Yeah,
I'm
it
like,
always feels like it's months away,
yeah,
right?
it's gonna be like October, November.
8 days from today.
8 days a week.
Penguin comes out.
look at him. He's having an orgasm over it. Look at that! Look at that! Stop that! Yeah. See? This should be my thumbnail. Oh, I'm sniping this. What's the time clock on this? 0:30. 0:30. Yeah. Yeah. Man, why was this not my thumbnail? This is perfect.
I have been so excited for this show.
Yeah.
Colin Farrell, first of all, I think he's a horribly underrated actor, but he so killed that role in the Batman. And
I don't
the
think he's underrated. I haven't seen anybody say he's underrated.
trailers and the previews for Penguin, like it's literally taking a Godfather story and dropping it into the DC universe.
Yeah.
I love it. I cannot wait to sink my teeth into this. I'm so excited for it. And if it's successful, can't wait for season 2. But somebody who doesn't sound all that enthusiastic.
I don't think there will be a season 2 because I think this is a limited series. But here's the thing. We know he's going to be back in the Batman 2. That's confirmed. They confirmed he's going to be back in Batman 2. Part 2. That's been confirmed, guys. He's going to be back in Part 2. Okay? So I really don't think China Cartoon Hours revived. I don't think there'll be a season 2 anyway of this show. I really don't.
enthusiastic about maybe doing a season 2 is Collin Farrell. Apparently, even though he loves the show, he had a bit of a miserable time making the show, mainly because of the prosthetics.
Yeah.
This comes to us from the folks over at Total Film who wrote this. Collin Farrell said, "Don't get me wrong. I loved it, but it got in on me a little bit. By the end of it, I was bitching and moaning to anyone who would listen to me that I fucking wanted it to be finished. I tried to remind them that I had a grumpy attitude. I was still grateful and still honored. I grew up watching Burgess Meredith, who played the role in the 1960s TV Batman series, and then Danny DeVito in Tim Burton's 1992 Batman Returns was my Penguin. So being a part of the lineage of that storytelling, I really feel privileged. But by the end of it, he practically turns purple at the memory. It's not like I didn't know who I was."
Ignore the endorsing Kamala Harris for president. We're not going to talk about that. Here, don't worry.
And I was going out and burning cars and shit. But if you take what Matt Reeves created and then what Lauren LaFranc, the showrunner, did, and what Mike Mariano, prosthetics and makeup designer, did, and put them all together, it was a really powerful experience. So he just goes on and says, "Look, if I could find a way that makes sense, would you talk about it?" And I said, "Absolutely. Maybe in a year I would, but it's finished like I never want to put that fucking suit on again." I just never want to put it on again. So, and you know what's funny?
I can see why. I mean, we hear a lot of actors say that they don't want to, they hate the makeup, the prosthetics, the process, because it does take a lot of hours. And can you imagine having your own show based on a character, and your whole character is looks like is all based on prosthetics, like the pig one? Can you imagine being in makeup where they have to take care of you, put on the prosthetics, put on the face, the head, make you look big, the stomach, and all that shit every day, and then that takes a couple hours, and then you have to film in that stuff, and then you have to take it off when work ends for that night, and then the next day you got to do it again over and over until the end of filming. I mean, yeah, I understand why I can see where he's coming from. Like, oh my god, this is too much. Like, oh my god, it's tiring and annoying, and it has to smell. It has to smell. I mean, I'm probably sure they clean all the stuff, but I mean, it has to smell like like you're a mascot. But you know, you've heard this from actors before when they take on roles that, man, sometimes it's too much. I mean, Batista said that about Guardians, and Zoe Saldana said about Guardians. They just couldn't take it. I mean, sometimes you're sitting there letting them work on you for hours and hours. And here's the thing with me and getting a haircut at a barber, I'm actually very good at staying still. I mean, they tell me all the time, "Man, you're really good at staying still." That's true, I am actually.
We've heard this again recently. Who was it? I think, who was the guy that played Juggernaut, the English soccer player turned actor?
Oh, Vinny.
Yeah, Vin Jones. Vinny Jones, right? Was that his name, Vinny Jones?
Yep.
Anyway, so he recently talked about how he didn't want to come back for Deadpool and Wolverine because he didn't want to have to go through the process of.
So that's why Vinny Jones didn't come back as Juggernaut. He didn't want to go through the process. Okay.
Putting on that bodysuit. I think sometimes we underestimate just how much of a process it is, and the hours and hours of sitting there in a chair and like being covered in all this stuff. And if you have to do that every single day for like 4 or 5 months, I can kind of get, and because especially when you look at Collin Farrell on that.
And the thing is, remember, he was probably happy for a little bit when the strike happened. Even though he wasn't working, he's been, thank God I don't have to put on this suit for for 3 or 4 months, even though he wasn't working. You had to take a break, or you could be like, man, can we just get this over with? And he's like, oh shit, now the strike is happening.
suit, he's still unrecognizable.
He
It's
really is.
completely unrecognizable. So I can only imagine how much time and effort
You
has to
can
go.
easily think that's Martin Brando as the Penguin. Like, if Martin Brando was alive today, you could easily think that's Martin Brando looks like that's the Penguin. Really, really. Dude, you like Martin Brando, like it looks like a classic. You know what? I wouldn't be surprised if the Penguin is they made the Penguin a little bit of a sport, little bit like Martin Brando. How Martin Brando like looks like Godfather. You know what? I'm convinced. They decided, let's make the Penguin look like Martin Brando a bit. You know, I think it's on purpose. I think it's on purpose. I don't think it's a coincidence. They're inspired by Marlon Brando. And you can tell, it looks like a little bit of Marlon Brando. A little bit. He's just not as disgusting as Marlon Brando because Penguin's always been a little bit kind of disgusting. But the head shape is a little similar, and the story's a little similar, right?
Go into doing that every single day. And then at the end of the day, having to get out of it and all that kind of stuff. So I can understand him saying by the end of it, I just
Oh, Alex Voss? Oh, yeah, I know Alex Voss.
never wanted to put that suit on again. Do I think he's serious about not wanting to come back to play in a season 2? And by the way, he never says the words, I don't want to come back for season 2. He just said, I don't know, man. I think if this show is as good as it looks, and if it gets the response I think it's going to get, and let's even say get some Emmy attention.
Yep.
Which, remember, it is an HBO show. They tend to win a lot of Emmys.
Yes, it is an Emmy. It is an HBO show with Emmy, but you're forgetting one thing. One thing. It's a comic book show too. But I also say this. Batman, the awards, the Academy for award shows, Batman is the most serious character that they take in terms of comic books. Do you have a pick? Oh, let me see. Oh, he does. He really does. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, he does. Oh, he is right. Like HBO shows to get Emmys, but this is a comic book movie, and it's a DC movie, and yes, there have been Marvel shows in the past that have been nominated for Emmys. None of them won. I don't think any of them won. Maybe one. I don't think any of them won anything, and maybe one of them, and maybe Loki, but I'm pretty sure none of the other shows won anything. I know WandaVision didn't win anything. Nothing. And I'm pretty sure Falcon Winter Soldier won nothing. I don't even think Loki season one might have won something, but I'm pretty sure only Loki might have won something. But all the other Marvel shows didn't win because the Marvel shows are not Emmy worthy. Honestly, they're not Emmy worthy. DC on the other side, on the other hand, Batman is Batman's always been the franchise that the Academies, it doesn't matter, the Golden Globes, the Golden Globes, the Emmys, whatever, they always feel that Batman always gets respect from them, right? Always respect more than other comic book characters. So I wouldn't be surprised if this does get nominated for Emmys. Next year's Emmys, because the Emmys already happened. Well, I think part of it. Shogun dominated the Emmys this year. And just rightfully so. But you gotta remember, Batman did win about couple awards. It got nominated for a bunch of awards at the Oscars in 2023, I think, or the Golden Globes. I don't know. Got some pretty noteworthy categories. Got nominated some pretty prestigious categories, I'll say. I saw the pic. Thank you, Degrassi. I saw. I'll say this. If this is an Emmy award, and high Rotten Tomatoes, Rotten Tomatoes take with a grain of salt, whatever you want. But if it's critically acclaimed, with major positive reviews, spectacular reviews, nominated for Emmys, whatever, Golden Globes, does well, wins some awards. Batman 2 is going to be $1 billion hit. Batman 2 is going to make $1 billion. That can only help Batman Part 2. Batman Part 2 is going to be $1 billion hit. Batman 1 made about $775 million. So it got to it was just needed a quarter away, right? Just need a quarter away from $1 billion. If this show hits, it's a major success. Major success. Batman 2, and I know my buddy Degrassi's box office doesn't mean anything, and I agree. But this will just only help Batman 2 cross the $1 billion mark.
I think we'll see without much problem him getting back in the chair to do it again. And I certainly hope that he does. But I really, look, if you got the kind of money that Collin Farrell has, I get it. If you don't want to do that anymore, but I think he will. Chris, you heard him talk about this. Now you primarily have done voice acting. Have you ever had to go through any sort of makeup stuff in doing roles and everything? And
I have.
How painful can that be?
It's not fun, honestly. Some people are really zen about it and they can be very meditative about it, especially getting your face cast. That is the part that always freaks me out the most, when they have to actually mold you and you have straws coming out of your nose so you can breathe. I only had to do this for an eHarmony commercial, and honestly, mine were just to age me up. And so
That's good.
Was little pieces that they built on throughout the day, including ones on my hands in case my hands went up in front of the camera, so I would have old lady fingers, because I had to go from 25 to, I think they aged me up to 95.
Wow.
It was a weird one, but it is not a very fun process, and it also is not very kind to your skin. All that glue and all of that, and his are very extensive. We've made the joke so many times on here that he just looks like mean Richard Kind. He just looks like a really angry.
He does
Richard
look like
Kind.
Richard Kind.
And it is a process.
Oh, Bob the Drunk? He hasn't been on for 2 or 3 months. I think he's busy with his own stuff, or you could say you got rid of him. You can't pay him anymore. But yeah, he hasn't been on for 2 or 3 months. I don't remember the last time I saw him on. It might have been early July or June, around that time. Yeah, that's the last time I heard about Bob the Drunk. Around June or July, June or early July. I think he's busy with his own stuff, because right? Because it's his own. I think it's his own kind of audio podcast studio. I don't know. He came up. He's doing.
This is going to take hours and hours. Mine of just getting aged up and putting on wigs and all of that stuff took 2.5 hours for what ended up being a 2-minute commercial for me going from thing to thing. And that was with 2 makeup artists on me. My friend Kim, she is an incredible makeup artist who's done a bunch of stuff for, Doctor Strange. She was one of the keys on Multiverse of Madness. All of those prosthetics take hours, and it is not a particularly fun experience. So I can understand why somebody would say, this is a lot. This is a lot for me to do, and then act on top of that, and act in a dialect, and move around, and have all that extra weight that you're carrying, and all of that stuff. So I get it, but I think Colin Farrell is chasing some awards. He is an Academy Award nominee. He has won a Golden Globe. I think he also has that let me get
Here's
some
the thing. Here's the thing. If the Batman, if Penguin, okay, okay. Here's the thing. If the Penguin, I love competition. Competition is good. Friendly competition, but competition is good. Okay. But if the Penguin does get nominated and win some awards, Marvel, Marvel Marvel will not look good for Marvel because it actually might look good for the DCU because the actors and actresses are looking for another role, whatever. Be like, choosing this between this DCU role and this Marvel role, and they look at the Penguin winning these awards and possibly the Batman winning these awards, to be like, you know what? I have a better chance of winning an award with DC with Warner Brothers than MCU because nobody from the MCU won a major award at the Oscars or the Golden Globes or anything like that. Only the mini awards, like the MTV awards, stuff like that. But DC might be the ones that, you know what, DC might be, if she's right, if the Penguin is a hit, Hollywood actors might look at DC and be like, if they get a choice between Marvel and DC, and money does factor in, but if they get a choice between DC and Marvel, yeah, I might. I think I might join DC. I might get better stuff out of DC. Look,
accolades. Because to your point, I do think people have underestimated him for years. I think he's somebody who's been kind of glossed over, and we're seeing this really great kind of renaissance for him. I know people say that a lot about like the Fraser-sance and, all those things, the Stone-sance of anytime an actor's doing well. But he really, in the last few years, has revved up his career to be a very sought-after, prolific actor. And I feel like this is another show that can cement him as being one to watch.
thank you, Anthony. Sometimes the emojis don't show up for a while on Restream.
So I think it really comes down to how audiences and critics and award nominations are going to go after season 1. That'll determine if he comes back.
By the way, there's a movie that he should not only have been nominated, that I think he should have won an Academy Award for. It was about 10 years ago. Remember Saving Mr. Banks?
Mm-hmm.
The problem for him was the two leads of that movie were Tom Hanks and Emma Thompson. So they got
Yeah, Saving Mr. Banks. I remember that. The Mary Poppins movie, right? Yeah, I remember that. It didn't do very well. Saving Mr. Banks was not an Academy Award winning movie. It didn't do very well. I don't know what he's talking about.
obviously all the attention. But if you haven't seen Saving Mr. Banks, and you want to know just, sometimes I ask, like, people would ask me, hey, if I wanted to see just how good Ryan Reynolds can be as an actor, what should I watch? I say Buried. Go watch Buried. If people were to ask me, if I want to really get a sense of how good of a pure actor Colin Farrell is, I will say watch Saving Mr. Banks. It's a supporting role, but I think he should have won an Academy Award for it. And I think you're right, Chris. I think if the accolades start...
Happy Mr. Spanks. the Axel Braun parody. The Axel Braun parody. That's funny, man. That's funny. That's funny. That's funny. I like that. I like that. That's hilarious. That's the actual Braun version.
start coming in and Emmy whispers start going around about it, we could see him signing up for season 2 pretty quick.
Yeah.
We want to take a second to thank a sponsor of this video, BetterHelp. No extra, not wait. Whatever you guys
I don't think he should do a season 2. Well, he's gonna be the Batman too, but I don't think he should do a season 2. But because if you do more seasons, you're just asking for more. Oh, and they said Matt Reeves said Batman's not going to be in this, but you're going to get to a point if you do multiple seasons, you're going to eventually need Batman in it, right? All right, but I don't need a season 2, but I'm gonna get rid of this. Look at this. That's a good pick too. I always manage when I pause on him. I always pause at the right spots. Like it's a gif I have. When I always pause something on Campea, it's always at the perfect spots. Like I don't know what it is. It has to be a gif. It's not a coincidence, man. It's just a gift, man. Okay, it's a minute. It's a talent. It's called what it is. It's talent. Like, even blindness says it's like a talent I have for some reason. But the thing is, let's get back on track. Let me get back on track, not you guys. Me. I'm not opposed to other villains getting, not just other villains, but other characters in the Batman lore getting an HBO show themselves, an actual show themselves. And I know I read somewhere, like I think it was maybe in July around Comic-Con. Scrooge on Camper Comic-Con time. They came out and said, yeah, we're looking at other possible ideas for the TV side of things on the Batman universe. I'm pretty sure that we'll get something out of Batman. I think we'll get at least one another TV show spin-off in the Batman universe. I don't know who the villain's going to be. I don't know if it's going to be a villain. I don't know if it's going to be a side ally to Batman. I don't know if James Gordon's going to show. I don't know. But I think, and I'm highly optimistic about this, not cautious optimistic because there's no need to be cautious optimistic, but I'm highly optimistic about this that we'll probably get another Batman spin-off show that takes place in the Batman universe. Because everybody said they're looking at that possibilities. Everybody said that. Everybody admitted that. The people that work on the Batman universe. Matt Reeves specifically said that. And it'll be awesome. It'll be awesome. But I don't know about season 2, the Pig one. We know he's coming back as the Pig one in the Batman Part 2, so he's gonna be putting on the prosthetics again from the Part 2 next year. He'll be putting on those prosthetics. He'll be in a makeup chair. Them working on him. He'll be putting up those prosthetics early next year anyway. He'll be back in that chair, getting all that stuff put on back on him. He'll be complaining again. I understand why he'll be bitching about it, but sometimes you gotta take the good with the bad, right? Right? Actually, I don't see. So with these 2 videos, nothing outlandish. Nothing really outlandish for me to say, man. To criticize. So nothing for me to agree. I mean, there's some stuff I agree on, and the story wars one. But I better see other villains get a story. He'll be a good one. He'll be good. because we know they're gonna do. We just know they're gonna do more TV shows, streaming shows. This universe. But who is? And I still think, if the strike didn't happen last year, I think Batman Part 2 would have come out next year. I mean, 2026. I mean, before I end this stream, which is a solid stream, guys, even though I went solo. 2026. Look at this. Look at the possible comic book year movies for 2026. These possibilities that we might get in 2026. 2 is confirmed. 1 possibility that most likely will happen. We know that Batman Part 2 is happening. We know Avengers Doomsday is happening. Spider-Man may happen in 2026. A 4th Spider-Man may be a 2026 movie, right? Oh yeah, and there's Supergirl, but Supergirl is going to be like if you go to top 4 movies, Supergirl is number 4, right? Supergirl will be number 4. I mean, Supergirl is not as big as 3 movies. Let's be honest. Supergirl will most likely be the less viewed of those 3 movies. Let's be honest. There's no way Supergirl is going to end up beating Avengers Doomsday, Batman Part 2, or Spider-Man 4. Spider-Man 4 is 2026. It's just there's no possibility that Supergirl is gonna be most viewed movie of that year, comic book wise. It's just not gonna happen. I'll see it. I know Degrassi's here. I know people in the same community I am in will see it. But I think most of the people in that community would agree that Supergirl will be the least viewed comic book movie of that year. It's just coming out with 3 major movies. But yeah, I think that's my stream for tonight. Good stream. I really appreciate you guys for listening. So yeah, Blind is not here because he's at school and he's doing some homework. So that's important. Obviously, it takes priority over this. But he's gonna be on my streams, guys. He'll be on my streams. A couple times this week. I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow. I really don't know what I'm doing tomorrow yet. This stream was put together last minute. It's been harder this week to come up with stuff. Same tomorrow. Friday, yeah, same with Friday. I'm going to try to find something for tomorrow, Friday. Also, this weekend, either Saturday, Sunday, me and Blind are doing an MCU tier list, and that's MCU movies and TV shows. We're doing that on the weekend. And next week, I'll find. Next week's gonna be Agatha and Penguin. Some of those days next week. Agatha, we're gonna try to do Wednesday night. Penguin on Thursday night might be hard because I believe the 2 episodes are an hour long, and we'll have to start at 9 and then at 10. We'll have to start at 11 o'clock. Around 11 o'clock, and I don't want to do 11 to like 1 a.m. Honestly, I guess the max I would go to 11 to like 12:30. The best I can do maybe for Penguin on Thursday night. I'll have to see, man. I would have to see for Penguin. Otherwise, I'll move it to Friday or Saturday. Next week. Agatha, there'll be an after show because Agatha is like not. There's 2 episodes of Agatha, but they're not an hour each, so it'll probably be around like 10:30, 10:45, around there, and we'll go to like 12:30. Yeah, so Penguin, but Penguin will get easier starting from episode 3 because episode 3 is gonna be on Sundays, right? Penguin show episode starting from episode 3 is gonna be on Sundays, so we're gonna do an after show. Definitely Blind is coming up. We're gonna do an after show of the Penguin, and If you see it, you're all free to come on. Degrassi, you're all free to come on too, man. We do that for the after shows. Oh yeah, that's next week, guys. All right, man. What else is there for me to do? That's it. That's it. Hey, it might be you might see me stream video games next couple days too. All right. Thank you for listening. Remember, like, share, subscribe, and comment below. What else? Yeah, that's it.